Hello and welcome to COP 4708. In the last session we created two tables, employee table which was imported as an Excel sheet, and then we created one by the design view which is called department, and then we linked the two tables together using relationship in the database tools. In this session we are going to create a form to enter the new employees. If we added more employees to the company, we would like to have a form that will make it easy for us to enter the information or the data to the database. So how can we create a form? To do that, this is the screen, or this is the Microsoft Access. You can reopen what we did last time and then click on the create. And from the create you can see that you have different options to create a form. It could be blank form, it could be in the design view, and it could be from wizard. Since I have the table that's called employee and I would like to connect my form to the table employee or the employee table, then I can just use the wizard. And we will create another one from blank later on. So the table that you choose, once you select the form wizard, you can select the table from the drop down menu up here and select employee. Once you select the employee table, you can see that the list of all attributes that exist in the employee table is listed here. You can move one by one by using the first button, or you can move all of them by using the second button. Once I press on this one, then I have all these fields moved to be parts of they will be part of the new form that I'm creating. Click on next, and you have the different views that form can show up for the user. So it could be columnar, tabular, dataset sheet or data sheet, and justified. Whatever the way that you like it to be or to appear, you can do it. Usually I will leave it as columnar, which is the default view. Then you can click on next, and you can open the form to view or enter information if you need. So you can view what you did or see what you did, and click on finish, and you can see that the form has opened and it has all the information, all the records. If you click on the arrow here, you can create a new one and you can add a new employee. So you start with adding the information as needed, or you can go back in the records and see the different records that you have over here. So either scroll backward, forward, go to the first record, go to the last record, or create a new record for a new employee that need to be added to the database. So we created form using the wizard, and as you can see, it's easy to create that form and to manipulate as needed. If you would like to change or add more, all what you need at this point is to click on the view and select the design view, and then you can change whatever you need in this form. You can add other fields, you can play with the header, add maybe the company's logo or other information as needed. Okay, now let's save what we did. Save, and then go to create, and we are going to create a new form. And let's do it from the design. In this form, I would like to use it as my startup. And when I say startup form, that means once I click on the database, it will open this form. This form will assist me in navigating through my database. So all the purpose of this form only to navigate through the database. It's like maybe welcome form, so we can call it like main. And I will know from having that main form that it will be the main form that will show up once the user click on it. And again, this is to assist the user in navigating through the database. Let's see how this can be done. We can add a header, or let's name it, for example, ABC Organization Inc. Actually, we can play with the text size. We can change the theme, change the colors if we want. It depends on how we want it. At the same time, we can change the color of my text. So I will make the color of my text as red, and then I will change the size to 36. Maybe this is big, so I will change it to 26. Yep, that's good. 28, that's better. Okay, we can also make it in the middle. If we would like to add a logo for the company, then I can insert a photo if needed, or a logo. So we can insert. So let's click back on the design. Then we can insert a logo, and we can select from pictures the logo, any logo that we would like to use. So now we have the title of the company, we have the logo for this company, and then I can add more information as needed. For example, we can put copyrights down here. So let's add like copyright 2013, and again, we can change the color as needed. We can go to the home tab, change the color. We can extend this, copyright. Now we have copyright on the footer. We have the header with the name, and then we have a navigation, so we can add here say to navigate through the database, use the following buttons. And again, we can change the text color, size, center. If you'd like to make it all capital, actually we can also create a background, fill the background for this one to make it maybe more appealing. I don't know which color, but as you like, you can change the color as you like. Yeah, I think this is good. And then we'll add buttons. So go to the design again, and now some command buttons. So we'll add this one. This is one here. Okay, and this one will be for the application, and it will be to quit application. Next, it will show as a picture like that. Stop. It will be next, and you can make it command 7, or you can name it whatever you need. You can say exit button and finish. When you name it like exit button, or you name it something that you know, that will assist later on if you need to add more code in Visual Basic. You can utilize the naming of the button to build a code behind that if you need to, when it clicks on the button, if you need more operations or additional operations, then you can do it like this. So we have the first button, and we can adjust it as you want. You can play with it, like I said, to be more appealing as needed. Then we'll add another button here, and this button will be to add, so it's going to open the form. We will open the form. Next, the employee form, to add a new employee. Do we need it to open the form and find specific data display, or open the form and show all the records? We can make it show all the records, and then next. Then we'll keep it with a picture to be consistent here, and say next. And this is open form, finish, and we have the second button. Then we can add a third button in the middle. Let's see. And this button will be to do more operations for us. Maybe print a form, so we can print that form and do next, the employee form, next, and we can use the picture, next, and this is print form, finish. So now we have the three buttons that will, one will print the form, one will show us the form, and then we can add additional employees if needed, and one will exit the application. We call the company ABC Organization Incorporated, and we have the logo. We have some information at the front page to tell us what this form is for. Of course, I will leave creativity to your I will leave the creativity part to your taste, or the way that you like it, so you can be as creative as possible in creating the main form, especially for the assignment. Once we are done, we can save the form, and then we can go to File, Options, and in the option we look at the current database, and you can see that use form, so the first form to display will be main, and then click OK. And it gave me the message that says you have to close the database and then reopen it to show that form, and we are going to do that. So let's close the form, close the database, and then go back and reopen it. And I have the main page or main form showing at the beginning. As soon as I clicked on the database, I have it here. So this one will make me quit the application, and it says that. This one will print the form, and it says that. And this one will take me to open the employee form. So when I click on that, then I have the employee form. If I go back to main, then I can print if I need to print, and it will show me the printer. If I go back and click on this one, it will close the application. So by doing this, we actually created a form, created a form from using the wizard, and created a form using just a blank form with the design view, and then added whatever information we need to navigate through the database. Not only that, we made it as our startup form, where we can add some button to take me to the different places within the database. That will be all for this session. If you have any questions, please email it to me. Thank you and have a great day.